Good morning. It's Ali Sophia here. Yes, my voice is still a bit deep. I know, I'm working at it. Anyway, I wanted to chat today about Trudeau. To start with, he's a bumbling idiot. Watch this.
I will say, I have one daughter, and there is something very special about imagining a woman prime minister. I think it's long overdue. I just don't think we have to wait that long.
So basically, he doesn't even know that we've already had a female prime minister. Now, what does that tell you? He's running our country right now. Doesn't that scare you? It scares me. He's being given every chance in the world to fix NAFTA, but because he's a dumb bitch who can't negotiate, we're probably going to be kicked out of NAFTA, and probably we're going to end up paying like a lot of money for U.S. stuff, which really isn't fair to the people who moved here from the U.S., who are used to U.S. on dairy products and would prefer to buy those. And myself, I like Canadians. Canadian stuff's fine. I'd rather shop Canadian, support our farmers. But there's a lot of people who might prefer the American, and they shouldn't have to pay like 3 times the price for it. It's foolishness. So basically, Trudeau is a total idiot. He's bringing in all these illegals. He's spending all these mega millions of dollars putting them up in hotels that they're thrashing, that the insurance companies are going to have to pay for. So insurance rates are going to go up. Everything he's doing is a detriment. If you look at it, why doesn't he spend those millions fixing those people's homes out in the Middle East so they can go home and live where they want to live and not be stuck here in little crappy or actually nice hotels that are being turned crappy by them because their standard of living is so much lower, right? And another topic I wanted to touch down on was Bernier, Max Bernier. See, the thing with him is he is about the only breath of fresh air in this election. Everything else is the same old thing. Andrew Scheer, oh my God, what a frickin' travesty that guy is. I don't even know how he got picked as the party leader. I mean, truthfully, they were better with Harper, and he was a piece of garbage, okay? No, and you certainly don't want Ambronesia being the leader of that party. She's a total twit. Max Bernier would have been the choice, and they screwed up, and now he's on his own, and he's got his own party going, hopefully. I haven't seen. I know I've been sitting here saying I wasn't going to vote, and I've been very stern on that, but this is a crucial election, and if I don't vote, if I sit here and tell you to vote Trudeau out, and I'm not even voting, that's hypocritical, right? And I realize that, and I do want to vote. The problem is I don't like the thoughts of those electronic voting machines taking my vote and giving it to Trudeau, okay? Or some other douchebag like Scheer. I want paper ballots back. I want to change our voting system. I don't want the same old voting system. It's bullshit. It's manipulated. George Soros owns the machines, okay? And there's another character we're going to talk about here shortly. But basically, I have faith that Max Bernier is our only hope to A, get Trudeau out, and B, possibly maintain for the next 4 years until we can figure out who else to vote in. Well, let's give him a chance. I mean, he seems to have a plan. He seems to know what he wants to do, and the Conservatives aren't for it because they're doing whatever the Liberals want to do. They're just watered-down liberals. That's all they are. They're rhino liberals, okay? And I would never vote for the PCs anyway. I'm glad Max left. But basically, I want to give Max a shot. I want to see what his platform is, and I want to, I personally would rather vote for, Kermit or Miss Piggy or Bugs Bunny because we're going to end up with a fucking Muppet anyway, or some cartoon character if, look at what we have now. So, I am going to vote this election. I just, I'm so rebellious. I don't want to, but I know I have to. And I can't sit here and expect to tell you to vote when I'm not. That seems wrong to me. we all have to vote together. We all have to vote our conscience, but we also have to vote common sense. Trudeau is not common sense. Scheer's not common sense. That NDP idiot Shirley is not common sense. And we need to change things. We need to really change things. So I just want you to think hard about voting in the election and kind of get an idea of what the best thing for Canada is. Don't worry about who's got nice hair or got a nice smile or whatever. Let's worry about who's going to run the country, and not into the ground, but actually run the country, okay? Another thing, that Islamberg, I mentioned a video the other day, and it was called Ride Through Islamberg. And it was very scary in the sense that where this town full of Islamists is located controls 2/3 of this town's water supply. And the town below it, they live outside of town, they've created their own little town, but they can easily foul up that water with any form of chemicals or chemical weapons and kill the entire town that quick, right? And that scares the people of that town. That's why they did the drive-through there, and I'm glad they did, because it gave me a look at something I hadn't known about. I would say Islamberg was just a made-up name until I actually seen the sign. That's pretty scary. But basically, no, I think Trump did the right thing having the FBI raid it, and I think they need to follow through and prosecute these people for if they're doing wrong, right? It's different if they're just living out there or whatever, but I really don't think that's a good idea. They're here to apparently assimilate, but they all want to keep separate. Their churches are all separate. Their little communities are all separate. They do block busting, where they buy one house and then they make the neighborhood so unfucking desirable that everybody wants to move. And then more of their East Indian friends buy up all the properties, right? And they take over the whole block. I've seen it happen time and time again out west in BC, Canada. And these were beautiful neighborhoods at one time, and then once they take over, they build these mass houses, but they live so crappy, they just totally ruin everything. So, yeah, it's something I think Trump needs to follow through on, and maybe, if we did get, say, Maxime Bernier in, maybe he could take, some of Trump's and not advice, but some of Trump's movements as possible things that he could do here to help clean up these refugees that basically they don't want to assimilate. They're here to create jihad, okay? They're here to create this Sharia law, and they're here to basically Islam to take over Canada, and I won't personally allow it. I'll stop it any way I can. But so anyway, that's just what I wanted to chat about with this video. So basically, vote with your conscience, but look at the platforms and see the common sense and the non-common sense in each platform. Watch how they're worded, okay? They can make something really bad sound really good. The UN's been doing it for a lot of years. Look at sustainable development. That was actually started out as Agenda 21, okay, which is not a good thing. It's a 1984-ish kind of agenda, and they've packaged it up like a nice candy bar to make it look really nice and seem really awesome, and it's not, trust me. So I hope you have an awesome day. I want to give a shout out to my subscribers, my new subscribers, and all my viewers. Wow, I'm really impressed with the numbers I got. So I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.